There are a few moments in NBA history that I can tell you exactly where I was, and weirdly, most of them involved the Detroit Pistons. Tayshaun Prince rejecting Reggie Miller at the Cup to send Detroit to the finals in 2004. LeBron James dropping 25 straight points in the fourth quarter and overtime to put the Cavs up on the Pistons in 2007. But none of those match up with that fateful November night in 2004 in terms of shock value. After a hard foul on Ben Wallace from Ron Artest, the Pistons and Pacers erupted into a fight. That, on its own, isn't notable. But soon after, Artest had a drink thrown on him by a fan and decided to charge into the stands. What erupted is maybe the darkest moment in modern NBA history, as players from both teams and fans at the Palace of Auburn Hills engaged in a massive brawl. Over the next few days, 9 players were suspended and the Pacers' promising season was effectively cut off at the knees. It goes even further, as Artest came back from his season-long suspension and almost immediately demanded a trade, leaving the Pacers mostly languishing until they drafted Paul George and Lance Stevenson in 2010. Today, I'm going to roll things back and convince Artest to stay on the court and see what the two teams can do in the ensuing years. As I probably mentioned in the intro today, we are of course looking at the Pistons and the Pacers, the Malice in the Palace.
Oh my God.
Here are the Pistons. Remember, this team had just come off of winning an NBA championship. Now, they did play in the finals against the Spurs, so you could argue the Malice in the Palace didn't affect them quite as much.
That's pretty interesting.
Actually, it's impossible not to argue that, because the maximum suspension they had was Ben Wallace for 6 games, which is basically nothing in an 82-game season. The more interesting team, of course, is the Indiana Pacers. This was Reggie Miller's final year in the NBA. One last hurrah at 39 years young, alongside the young guns Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Jonathan Bender, Jamal Tinsley, Steven Jackson, lots of young, good, Fred Jones, we can't leave him out, lots of good young players. However, of course, they lost Artest for the full season, Steven Jackson out for 30 games, Jermaine O'Neal out for 15 games. The year before, this team won 61 games. In this year, I'm looking 44 because they lost to those guys. Reggie Miller did not get to win that title. He retired after the end of the season, played his last game in the playoffs. I think he scored like 27 or 30 points, somewhere in there. So today we're going to keep the brawl from happening. We're going to see what happens with these two teams. Of course, the first year is the one we're paying attention to the most. However, it's worth saying that the brawl became kind of a lightning rod for Ron Artest, led to him demanding a trade the next season. So actually, this is a big moment for the Pacers in general. So we're probably going to pay most attention to them. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the safe. For this first season, so we're following two teams we're just going to run through this stuff. We'll get into highlights later, but for now, we'll just look at this. KG wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Dwight. No surprise there. Reggie L. Washington is your 6th man of the year. Okay. Tim Duncan, Defensive Player of the Year. Eddie House, Most Improved. Okay. And then the Suns apparently are very good, as are the Heat. Now, we can look at these all NBA teams. Nobody from their team we're following. No one here either. Oh, LeBron is out for 2 to 4 weeks. That's not good for them. Okay, Jermaine O'Neal does make All-NBA 3rd team. There's Ron Artest and Ben Wallace popping up in the All-Defensive 2nd team. So here's the moment of truth. The Pistons are the 5 seed. The Pacers are the 2 seed. So things are looking very good. Let's see how round number 1 goes. All right, we're going to get to hop in a bit early here because the Detroit Pistons are down 3-2. Gilbert Arenas' Washington Wizards are leading the way. Let's see if we can claw this back and force a Game 7. Ay, ay, ay.
What the heck are you talking about?
The Pistons are going to lose this one by 24 points, maybe plus. This is not good. Remember, they made it all the way back to the finals this season. So far, I guess you have to say the Malice at the Palace was good for them.
I mean, the stupid stuff he says.
Okay, and it could be curtains for both teams in the first round because the Pacers are in Game 7 against Stephon Marbury's New York Knicks. Hopefully, we can finish this with a W. Yeah, we destroyed this one.
Wait.
Let's move on. Next up, the Pacers get Allen Iverson, the Philadelphia 76ers. Hopefully, we can pull this one off and continue on to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers rolled through the 76ers in 4 games, largely behind the duo of Reggie Miller and Jermaine O'Neal. And just so we're clear, I did notice that for whatever reason, the Reggie Miller I downloaded had a weird goatee. Took that off. He is fixed now. But we are facing Shaquille O'Neal and D-Wade. The Miami Heat have come to town. It's going to be tough. Let's see how we do. It is Game 7 once again. Let's see if we can finish Miami off.
Because I know they're coming.
And go on to face either the Memphis Grizzlies or the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals. Oh my word. What?
You don't always win.
Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones drops 35 points.
He is him.
Oh, man. Reggie Miller is going to go out losing by 50 points. Holy moly. We get absolutely smoked by the Miami Heat. Hopefully they win a title so it doesn't look quite as bad. But look at that first quarter. We scored 8 points. 8 points in an NBA basketball game. Man, we'll go ahead and see who wins the NBA title. But I guess for now, you kind of have to say that not having the Malice in the Palace didn't really work out for either team in the year one, at least as far as winning an NBA title. After this season, we're mostly going to stick with the Pacers, see what they do, because they are the more interesting team because of Ron Artest and him leaving. But for now, let's go ahead and see who wins this title. And yes, it is going to be the Miami Heat in 5 over the Memphis Grizzlies. D-Wade gets finals MVP. We're going to go ahead and move into year number 2. Hopefully Ron Artest sticks with the Pacers, fingers crossed.
Acknowledge me, please.
But let's go ahead and check out what happens. And look at this. They didn't even retire Reggie Miller's number. Ooh, that has to sting. He did retire, but he didn't make the Hall of Fame, and he didn't get his jersey retired.
He's really good. That ain't good enough.
Welcome to year number 2. As you can see, the Pacers have mostly stood pat, which kind of makes sense. They were a very good team last year. Unfortunately, right now, a lot of the players have downgrades. We could go ahead and look, I guess, at the Pistons real quick. They are all looking very good. Okay, so hopefully we can make some things happen. Hopefully as the team ages some more, they'll continue to get better. But from here on out, we're mostly going to be following the Pacers. Let's go ahead and get into season number 2. Unfortunately, in year 2, the Pacers run into quite a few injury problems. Jermaine O'Neal plays well, averages 24 and 10. However, Ron Artest can only play 45 games, and Jonathan Bender, despite a promising start, especially from the three-point line, only manages to make 42 games on the season. So unsurprisingly, because of that news, the Pacers are the 8 seed. Things probably are not looking very good for them. Detroit is, of course, the 6 seed. They were fine, but as you can see here, we're going up against LeBron James, Antoine Walker, Deron Williams.
The Cavaliers just a bunch of old geezers.
And on our side, you'll see that Mr. Ron Artest and Jonathan Bender are both out, at least for now. Let's look at this roster real quick. Oh, Bender's actually not out. Why is he not playing? Okay, we'll have to sort that out, but
Listen to him mumbles.
Ron Artest is out for the season, so this is going to be a very tough test for us here. Can Jermaine O'Neal take us past the King? Let's find out. LeBron and Steven Jackson are battling, and we are locked into a Game 7. Let's see if we can upset the King and move on to round 2.
What's so good about Cleveland?
It has been a back and forth affair so far. 1:16 left on the clock. Indy down by 6, but Cleveland has the ball. LeBron James going to go right at Jonathan Bender. Oh, that's too easy, Jonathan. Mr. Bender got to play better defense than that. LeBron gets an easy put in. They are up by 8 points with 1:06 on the clock. Tinsley gets to work on Deron Williams. This Cavs team is ridiculous, by the way. They also have Zebo. They got Varejao, but Jermaine O'Neal puts the moves on whoever that is.
He is so crafty how he uses that body and that big caboose.
Somebody Jackson, I think he's created, maybe not. But now it is a 6-point game, 56.9 seconds on the clock. Cleveland calls the timeout. Let's see what they do coming out of this one. All right, here we go. Deron Williams with the ball. Gets a screen from Zebo, gets it into LeBron. That's probably the guy you want to go to. Puts it up over Bender. It is too easy. LeBron is too good.
Superman is in the building.
We are back to an 8-point ball game, 49 seconds on the clock. Indy calls the timeout this time. Can they bring it back? Let's find out. Indy's going to need a miracle. Unfortunately, Reggie Miller is not walking through that doors. Neither is Ron Artest, for that matter. Gets it over to Jermaine O'Neal. O'Neal puts the moves on Walker, gets right by him, goes up and gets the... Is that in? It's not an offensive foul, right? I believe that, yes, he gets the lay-in and one. He's going to the line. Zebo with the foul. Let's see if we can make this a 5-point game. 45 seconds on the clock. Jermaine O'Neal at the line. Shot is up. It is a make. Okay, 5 points, 45 seconds. There's definitely a chance. LeBron James bringing the ball up the court. They're going to foul. No, they're not. Oh my gosh. Crowshire. Oh! What is that offense or defense? What are you doing? They tried to double, and LeBron just finds the open man. LeBron is clutch tonight. He cannot be stopped. Okay, Indy needs to score here, and then they have to play good defense, because so far that has been their weak link since we've been watching. Bender's got to get the ball in, gets it into O'Neal. O'Neal going right to work on Antoine Walker. He goes up and over him, misses the shot. Walker with the rebound. Are they going to foul? They're not, for some reason. Walker bringing it down the court, gets it to Williams. Williams drives past. Oh, my word. Oh.
Absolutely pull the guy's pants down. The referee let him do it.
Oh, this Cavs team cannot miss. All right, that is going to be your ball game, I think, folks. Unfortunately, unless the Pacers have some magic in those fingers, Crowshire puts up a 3. Misses that. Jermaine gets a rebound, puts it out to Tinsley. Tinsley puts it up. That is a make. Did he also get fouled? Oh, interesting. Deron Williams fouls him on the 3-point shot. Tinsley can make this a 5-point game. Now, there's only 16 seconds left, but this could be huge. He puts it up. He makes it. Okay, we need a foul on someone who can't shoot free throws very well, and then hope they miss. It's going to be Eric Snow going to the line for the Cavaliers. Is he a good free throw shooter? I can't remember. I know that in 2K, I feel like he's always underrated. I feel like he's always in the 60s, even though I feel like in real life he was fine, but he does miss that free throw there. He's an 83% free throw shooter, so it's not like he's terrible. Scott Pollard there staring at the screen. Okay, thank you, Scott. We'll see you soon in a few years on Survivor. All right, Eric Snow. Second shot is up. Can he make this one? He misses them both in the clutch. Cleveland has been wet all night.
It's a family show, y'all.
But unfortunately, Eric Snow, the snow is melting. Wait, that doesn't make sense. The snow is hardening.
I don't know what he was talking about, but
I don't even know what the metaphor I'm going for is. All I can tell you is that Eric Snow misses his free throws and Indiana has a chance. Okay, Indiana got to score fast. Jonathan Bender, maybe not the guy you'd want to get the ball in. We'd rather have him shooting. I think he's a good three-point shooter. Tinsley, though, did make the shot earlier. Well, I don't know what he's doing. We got to shoot fast, boys. Steven Jackson puts up the shot, misses. Antoine Walker with the rebound. That is probably going to be all she wrote, folks. Only 6 seconds on the clock. Even if he misses these, I think they probably win this. I thought he missed the first one. Oh boy. Okay, Antoine Walker knocks it down. 6 points, 6 seconds. Probably no chance for the Pacers. If he makes this one, it's definitely over. Walker puts it up. That's a make. That is going to be your ball game. I know I said that earlier, but I think for sure this one is over, especially with how slow Tinsley is moving this up the court. Come on, take the shot. Bender puts it up.
I said whatever.
Come on, make this. All right, at least it's interesting. We're going to lose by 4. The Cavs are going to be the ones moving on, unfortunately. Hopefully, next year the Pacers can be a little bit healthier and they'll have a better chance to make it a little bit further in the playoffs. For now, we'll go ahead and move forward and see who wins this year's NBA title. And the LA Clippers, we're going to have to see what this team has. They have Elton Brand. Who else does this team have? They beat the Wizards. They have Tony Parker. Okay, that's why. Tony Parkey. They have Tony Parker, Corey Maggette, Elton Brand, Chris Kaman, and a few other dudes, but they are going to go over this Washington Wizards team that I think still has Gilbert. Yeah, they got Gilbert, Larry Hughes, Richard Jefferson, Antoine Jameson, so all that crew, minus Caron Butler, of course. But we are going to move on to year number 3. Hopefully the Pacers can stay a little bit healthier. I think they would have had a legitimate shot had Artest been in that series, but for now, let's go ahead and jump forward to year number 3. This is interesting. Now, you'll notice here that someone has left the Detroit Pistons. Ben Wallace, no longer with the team. He was a free agent. He left, and he signed with the Pacers. So the two men who sort of started the brawl are now playing on the same team. You really can't write it better than that. Now, we did lose Jonathan Bender. He went and signed with the Clippers, I believe. So we are missing a bit of our depth, but honestly, I think you got to take it. This team is looking very spicy, could make some moves. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 3 of 5 and see how the Pacers do. Unfortunately, it is a lot of the same old story here for our Indiana Pacers. Jermaine O'Neal averages 28 and 10. However, he can only play 50 games. Meanwhile, Ben Wallace is, of course, a 0 on offense, but him and Artest do make it to the all-defensive teams. Unfortunately, the team just cannot overcome its lack of scoring. They are out of the playoffs. They didn't even make it into the playoffs, despite having a very solid team. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to make some trades. Hopefully, we can add a mid-level star or 2 to the team. But for now, let's go ahead and see who wins these playoffs. You'll also note that there's no Detroit here in the playoffs. It's going to be Wizards over Suns. Gilbert Arenas averages 36 and 8.
Damn. That man right there.
Holy moly. Almost shooting 60% from the field. Okay, we're going to move into year 4. This is the penultimate season of the save. Hopefully make a few trades or free agent additions, and something good happens for us. Well, this was officially a year we could have signed LeBron or Carmelo. Unfortunately, we were unable to make either of them make the move. We did, however, add Peja Stojakovic and TJ Ford, so definitely shoring up some of our deficiencies. We do not have a true star on the team, but hopefully this mishmash of second-tier stars can get us through, and we can win ourselves a title here in year number 4.
I did it my way.
Let's go ahead and jump into the season. Unfortunately, it is the same old story for these Indiana Pacers. They can just not ever stay healthy. New signees Peja Stojakovic and TJ Ford both play 80-plus games. However, Jermaine O'Neal can only suit up for 59 games. Artest only makes 55. Even one of our solid role players, Luther Head, can only suit up for 68 games. Now, the good news is that this year we at least have a chance. We're going up against the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks, and no, they do not have Giannis.
You never know what can happen, you know?
They have LeBron. Oh, wait. Well, they were supposed to have LeBron James. They do have LeBron James. LeBron James potentially is injured. That could be a good sign for us. They also have Al Horford, Brandon Roy, and Mo Williams. So a very solid team here. Could be tough even without LeBron. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. See if we can make it out of the first round. Despite some good shooting from Ron Artest and Peja Stojakovic, we are unable to win a game even when the Bucks don't have LeBron. The bad news is they are up 3-0 and LBJ is back.
Nope, I'm out. Nope.
Let's see if we can bring it back or if the king is going to sweep us. I mean, LeBron is hurt and it still has basically a triple-double. The man is absolutely dominating us.
This.
It is just not even close. We're going to lose this one by quite a bit. I mean, what is this, 40 point loss here in game 4. We're out of the playoffs yet again. Unfortunately, this team might not ever make a run into the finals, but at least you can take solace, Pacers fans, that we're better than Detroit.
What do you do that for?
Let's see who wins the title. And it is going to be the LA Clippers. Elton Brand's LA Clippers win another title. This is...
He had a brain lapse.
Yeah, I did not predict that this would become a Clippers-Wizards save, but so far that is what we have. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 5. This will be the final year that we sim in depth. We'll probably jump forward a few years just to see what happens, but for now, we're going to go ahead and get into year number 5. Here in year number 5, we're doing a little bit of winning by having overwhelming numbers of mid-tier stars, and we add Kevin Martin to that crew. Also, it has to be said, our rookie from last year, Dave Hodges, I believe is fake. He is growing very nicely. A good center for us to have behind Ben Wallace. This year we have some solid depth. I mean, last year Luther Head, I think, was our 6th man, and he is now 8th off the rotation, so looking a lot better this year. May have a chance. Let's go ahead and jump in and see if year number 8 is when we go to the promised land. Finally, we get a season where most of our stars play all 82 games. Interestingly, Ron Artest comes off the bench but still makes the all-defensive team. A great season for him despite not starting. And the best news is that we are the 4 seed this year. We're going up against the Chicago Bulls, who have Delonte West, Tim Thomas, Andre Bargnani, Kwame Brown, and don't think I forgot you, Mr. Luol Deng. This could be a tough test because much like ourselves, they are built around a lot of decent players. Let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can make it out of the first round for the first year in a long time. Oh boy, we're down 3-0 to this Bulls team. This is not looking good. Let's hop in and see if we can at least make it interesting and pick up a victory here. It is the 4th quarter. We are in Chicago. There are 48 seconds left. Indy is up by 2. They do have the ball here. We really need to hold on and win this so we don't just get laughed out of the league. Bailey to Wallace. Wallace back to Bailey. Bailey over to Ford. Ford drives past his man. Cannot quite get by him. Throws it back over to Bailey. Gets it over to Artest. Artest doesn't shoot from 3. Dribbles around his guy. I believe that's Delonte West. Gets it back out to Wallace. Wallace shouldn't shoot. Gets it to TJ Ford. TJ Ford looks for a screen. Gets a screen from Wallace. Get it into him. Wallace, the big man, throws it down. The fro is flowing. We are up by 4 with under 30 seconds left to go. Our season is on the line. We're going to have to come back from a 3-0 series deficit, but this is where it begins. Out of the Bulls timeout, we hold that 4-point lead. There's only 30 seconds on the clock. Kwame Brown, of all people, is looking to inbound the ball. Gets it into West. West looking for somebody. Gets it to Deng. Deng goes right at Stojakovic. Stojakovic, not a great defender, more known for his shooting. Did he get called for a foul there, or was he out of bounds? I believe that's a foul. Delonte West going to the line can put the Bulls within 2 without taking out much time off the clock. He makes the first 21 seconds. It's a 3-point ball game. The Bulls definitely still in this one. We may have, all right, we have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 2 points, 21 seconds, TJ Ford going to the line. Excuse me, TJ Ford not going to the line. They had a foul to give. The Bulls are probably going to foul whoever gets it here. You got to hope it goes into Kyle. Did not go into Kevin Martin. I still don't know why I called him Kyle. Instead, TJ Ford, the former Texas Longhorn, going to the line. Not a great day for TJ, only shooting 38%. 11 assists though. Let's see if he can make these shots. First shot is up. It is a make. He's a decent free throw shooter, 76%, so we should be in good hands here. Second shot is up. That is a miss. Okay, they can move fast. They only need a 3 to tie it. They could go for a quick shot here. What's Deng going to do? He puts up a nice little up and under, although he really just was up over. TJ Ford makes it a 1-point game with 10.2 seconds left on the clock. TJ Ford going to go to the line again. Would have liked that ball to go into Kevin Martin. Unfortunately, I'm not controlling anyone, and instead TJ Ford is going to be the one shooting our free throws. Actually a pretty decent game. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, make it 9 points. Can he get into double digits here and put his team up by 4? The shot is up. It is a make this time. Oh, excuse me, up by 3. Okay, so they could still tie it here with a 3 if they want. They have 6 seconds on the clock. Gets it over to Brown, back over to Jang. Jang puts it, oh my gosh, is it Jang or Dang? I can't ever remember exactly how you pronounce it. I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm just going to go with Dang because that's probably what I'm going to say in the heat of the moment. He puts up a 3, ties the ball game, 2.2 seconds left on the clock. Our season is on the line coming out of this timeout. Can we make a shot and end this thing before we have to go to overtime? Would love this ball to go to Kmart. Potentially Jermaine O'Neal would be fine. Not really sure why we have TJ Ford and not Ron Artest in there, but you know, we'll take what we can get. It's going to have to be a quick shot. Gets it over to Jermaine O'Neal. Not a good 3-point shooter. Misses there. We are going to overtime. A terrible inbounds play there by the Pacers.
Well, that was just as bad as Kazam.
But what can you do? Let's go ahead and jump forward into the heart of overtime. Indiana holds a 3-point lead with 1:40 left on the clock. What are the Bulls going to do out of this timeout? Would love to see us get a victory here and move on, hopefully, to the second round. Of course, we'll have to win 4 straight, so that's going to be tough. Kwame Brown holds the ball, gets it over to Watson. Watson looks for the screen, doesn't really get it from Bargnani, but Ben Wallace uncharacteristically playing terrible defense.
That's just awful.
Bargnani scores, makes it a 1-point game. Jermaine O'Neal is having his way with Kwame Brown today. Look at that stat line. All right, Kevin Martin with the ball, goes at Watson, gets by him. Bargnani picks him up. Would love to see him go into Ben Wallace. I know he's not a scorer, but Ben Wallace, oh, terrible pass. Bargnani picks it up, gets it up to Dang. Jermaine O'Neal, I'm not really sure what that defense is, just lets him have an easy lay-in and the 1-point lead with 1:10 on the clock. Come on, Indiana, get it together. Where is Ron Artest when you need him?
Acknowledge me, please.
Not really sure exactly what they're doing. Also, now TJ Ford just standing around, gets it to Stojakovic. Stojakovic puts up 3. It is a make. Huge shot there from Peja. Gives us a 2-point lead with 55 on the clock. Earl Watson with the ball. They're going to call a timeout. We'll see what they do coming out of it. Out of the timeout, this is the last year we're doing an in-depth save, so we really would love to see us progress past the first round here. Delonte West with the ball. Gets it into Bargnani. Come on, Ben. Ben plays decent defense, gets the board, gets it over to Ford. That rhyming accidentally, and here we go. TJ Ford gets it over to Kmart. Kmart jacks up a triple. What a shot there from Kmart. Love to see that a bit early in the shot clock, but it does not matter when you're hitting like that. Earl Watson with the ball, gets a screen from Delonte West. Is he going to shoot? No, he doesn't. He gets it into Bargnani. Bargnani being guarded by Ben Wallace. Good defense. Bargnani misses the shot. Not really sure where Bargnani is the one going to work right now. Ben Wallace, one of the game's best defenders. Here we go. Pistons with the ball. What are they going to do? 24 seconds on the clock. Gonna foul. Kmart is going to the line. A much better shooter, I believe, than TJ Ford. So this should probably be your ball game if he can make a couple of these. There we go. First shot is up and in. Yeah, he's almost a 90% free throw shooter. So we like to see him get fouled. And there it is. Another shot up and in. It is a 7-point game, 23 seconds on the clock. It looks like we're going to force a game 5. However, remember, that means we will have to win 4 straight to have a chance to make it to the second round. So it's going to be tough either way, but hopefully we can at least win this one game. They have 7 points to make up with only 23 seconds on the clock. Delonte West with the ball. Got to move quick. Come on, boys. Gets it over to Kwame, to Dang. Dang, the hero from a regular time, misses the shot there. Okay, now we're back into the game. TJ Ford with the ball. Just going to dribble this one out, and we are going to end it here. That was a very solid game. We win by 7. Hopefully we continue to do so moving forward, win 4 straight, and make it to round number 2. I will see you when we get to game number 5. Oh, unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to win 4 straight because here we are down by 11 with 49 seconds left to go. I think the Bulls are going to hold on to this one. They are going through. We are out of this. That was unfortunately our last chance to win a title here in the extended version. Let's go ahead and sim forward, see who wins the playoffs. It is going to be the Rockets. Okay, T-Mac and Yao. A save I would like to do someday, to be honest with you, is what if Yao and T-Mac stayed healthy? Apparently, in this case, they win a title in, I think, 2008, maybe 09, I'm not really sure. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to sim forward, let's say 5 or 6 more years, just see if Indiana can do anything interesting in that time frame. I will see you then. We'll wrap this thing up, and we will get you out of here.
Yeah, mother lover.
Okay, I don't think it's quite been 5 years, but we're going to go ahead and jump in because Indiana is finally playing for something. Look, they won back-to-back MVPs because they traded for Kevin Durant. They also, I believe, still have Yeah, they still have John Wall, so it's really a two-person team, but somehow that team has got them here to the finals. Despite this Miami team, I mean, look at this. LeBron and Steph Curry on the same team, and they can't make it out of the first round.
Hey, no soup for you, Mr. Curry.
Also, Adam Morrison's up there. But yeah, we have a very good chance to win here in the finals. It is game number 6.
I saw it was a little leprechaun.
So let's see if we can finish this one out and beat the Clippers. Here we go. 1:25 left on the clock. Indiana holds a 5-point advantage. John Wall is a bit injured, also has 5 fouls. Otherwise, no one's really in foul trouble. Jarrett Jack with the ball. Gonna go at John Wall. Makes sense. He is hurt. Kevin Love. Wasn't aware he was on the Clippers. Makes they turn around Jay, I think in Marcus Morris's face, or maybe Markieff, not really sure. John Wall with the ball. It is Morris Sr., so I think that means it's Markieff. I could be wrong. I don't really remember the Twins. He is looking to look for somebody. He is looking to look for somebody. What am I talking about? John Wall goes right at his man and makes, oh, what a tough lay-in. Look at him dancing. They are up by 5, 1:01 on the clock. Jarrett Jack looks for a screen, gets it from not sure who that is, gets it over to K-Love. K-Love, can he go to work again? Plays good. Ooh, okay, thought he was going to play good defense. He did play decent defense. However, doesn't matter. Kevin Love is dominating right now. John Wall trying to put the team back up by 5 or more. Hasn't gone to Kevin Durant here yet. Gets it over to Clark. Clark with the easy lay-in. John Wall having himself a game despite the injury. It is surprising. Kevin Durant's been having a good game, so I'm not really sure why they're not getting him the ball, especially with John Wall injured, but it is working so far. Let's see how it goes coming out of the timeout. During the timeout, I noticed that JJ Redick is on the Clippers bench. He should probably be in the game at this point. I mean, Eric Gordon also a good three-point shooter, but that is some good shooting they're leaving on the bench when they're down by 5 with 25 seconds left to go. K-Love with the ball again. Can he make it work? Puts up another fadeaway J. Misses that one. Delk gets the rebound, and John Wall is maybe going to the line. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like we had enough. No, he's going to the line. John Wall to the line, trying to put this game away and win his team a championship. Shot is up. That is a miss. Ooh.
Right there. Oh, my goodness.
John Wall, 69% free throw shooter. It's a nice score. Unfortunately, not a nice shot. Second shot is up. It is, oh, he misses both of them. The Clippers are going to have a chance if they can move fast. Jarrett Jack with the ball. Got to get it into a shooter. Gets it over to K-Love. Love, not a bad shooter, but he's not. He makes that one?
He is him.
He makes that one? Kevin Love. I did not know you could shoot that well. All right. The Clippers are sending John Wall back to the line. KD has not touched the ball in this last 90 seconds. But fortunately for them, John Wall does make a shot. So the best they can do is tie. Okay, that was huge. 9 seconds on the clock. Indiana up by 4. Clippers are going to have to score really fast and then hope they can get a miss on free throws or maybe a steal. Jarrett Jack moving way too slow. Gets it to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon jacks up a shot over Easley. Misses. Towns with the rebound. And that is your ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, it only took the Indiana Pacers tanking for a few seasons, dropping all of their good assets and picking up John Wall in the draft and then signing Kevin Durant in free agency. They are now the NBA champions. I guess if you're a Pacers fan, you have to take it despite it not working out immediately. But for now, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you next week with the save I am looking forward to very much. So please stick around, watch that one. I hope you all had a good time. I will see you later. Goodbye.
Thank you.